Committee amendment and Senator Howard's amazing bill. As freshman senator, we were allowed to pick where we'd like to sit. And I purposely picked the seat next to Senator Chambers. Sitting next to Senator Chambers has allowed me the opportunity to learn how to do my job better, how to learn how the process works, and he continues to tell me to speak my truth, even though sometimes when I stand to speak my truth, it is unfortunately against what Senator Chambers is doing. And I say that with great respect. I agree with Senator Chambers on what happened, his version of what happened on Friday. I was one of those people who asked that we stay so we could continue the debate. I feel we frequently rush out of here when we have much work to be finished, especially in a short session. But today is an important bill, a bill that does touch Senator Chambers' demographic, as the fastest growing demographic in opioid abuse is now Black Americans. It increased in 2016, I believe, by 41%. We have a lot of bills that come through. Some mean life or death and some do not. This one is about life or death. Senator Howard, Senator Keene, Senator Lindstrom all worked very hard and did a very good job and worked diligently, and I'm very proud to call them my friends. I rise today not only in support of the bills, but to ask Senator Chambers, as one of the white people on the floor, that he respect the content of some of these bills and know the importance of moving them forward, while also taking the liberty, which is his right, on each and every bill to bracket and to bring important information forward. But I think there can be a balance maintained. And although this may fall on deaf ears, if I didn't stand and speak my truth today, I would regret it. And so again, Senator Chambers, I stand against your bracket motion, but in favor of the amendment and Senator Howard's awesome bill. And I ask that everything be in balance while you also speak your truth, but remember others need to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Blood. Senator Chambers, you're recognized.
Mr. President, members of the legislature, a mentor, a parent, a teacher cannot help but feel a swelling of pride when one of his or her mentees, students, or whatever will stand and speak what he or she believes to be true, no matter who may be on the other side of the issue. And Senator Blood correctly reflected things that I've said to her on more than one occasion. You are here to do a job. You have your mind. You have your understanding. You don't have to do what I say. You don't have to agree with me. But we all are going to move by the drummer that we hear. And I obviously hear a different drummer from that every one of you will hear. Look at my complexion. I have an article I'm going to read to you all that was in this morning's paper about how upset some people who self-identified themselves as white and found out they have a tiny bit of African blood. It virtually destroyed them. They hate this. I love it. I cannot be prideful as though I had something to do with it, but I can be proud of what I am, and that I am. And I will stand and do what I think I need to do, regardless of what anybody else says. Words mean something, but if you all listen to me, which usually people here don't, except at a time like this, I said there's no bill on here that I'm interested in killing, that I'm going to take my time, not on any single bill, but that I will take a good percentage of the time this morning. I support this bill. I support the amendment. But here's the difference between me and a lot of people. The sun also rises. Today is just one day out of maybe close to 30 days that remain in the session. If I would try to prevent a vote from being taken on any one of these bills, and if I were successful, that wouldn't mean the bill is dead. It just means a delay. There's a difference between delay and dead. You all don't care about this institution like I do. I've worked hard down through the years to maintain its integrity. And I need to start giving you all some articles to show the things that I've done to strengthen you white people's legislature. Protect your rights as a member of the legislature. And because it relates to your pocketbook, I got the expenses that you can get when we're in session. I didn't need those. I don't live far enough away for it to make any difference for me. But I pointed out that maybe some different kind of people could come here from the rural areas and far away if they could get some expenses, because it's too much to ask of somebody to spend more than what the salary equates to. So I always think beyond myself. You think I believe that doing what I'm doing is going to make me popular with you all? But if it did, what difference would that make? There are others who pull strings on you and would erase all that. I've watched you. I know you. I know you better than you know yourself. You cannot even stand for what you believe. If people are angry or they frown at you or the governor's going to say something, you fold. To show the lack of respect the governor has for this place, he went out someplace where these Republicans were meeting or some conservative group and talked about how he put that Title X in a budget bill because Nebraska's a pro-life state, and that's what he does to show it. He's corrupting your system. And because you all are ideologues, I didn't say idiots, you act in a way that's idiotic often. Because you are ideologues, you go along with what the governor does in corrupting your system. He says, I will take what those fools in the legislature do. I will turn it around. I'll turn it on its head, and I'll get people trained in the law, people who have some intelligence to go along with what I want as the governor, because I know what they are. I know what's in them, and I know what makes them tick. Speaking of ticking, he will say, they are watches, but I am the watchmaker. Some of them make a little more noise, so they're clocks. I am the clockmaker. But most important, I'm the timekeeper, with one exception.
Time, Senator. Thank you, Senator Chambers. Senator Christ, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, Nebraska. I want to comment just a bit on what happened on Friday from a personal perspective, and then I also want to comment on what's before us. For the 10 years that I have been here, 6.5 of those, I've been privileged enough to preside over the legislature and sit in that seat. And I've told you when I was up there, it's a unique